Walker Story, Chapter 7, Average Joe. And I went back to my life, tried living in the secret. You got to be nice to them and earn their trust a bit. I was only out there because he recently told me they bark when I leave. So I tested what he said, I believed him mostly because no one believes me. And then saw him shoot my dogs, and then yes, they started barking at him. I smiled when I waved, I was in awe of what I witnessed. Even more in awe when like a couple hours later the cops show up and give me a threatening ticket about my dogs barking for the first time. Then I asked them who sent you here, because I had trouble believing the audacity of my neighbor. Perhaps like, who would be so foolish? Surely shooting someone's dogs with a BB gun and making the kind of false report to the police is worse than someone's dogs barking. I didn't want them to go to prison, maybe. They told me they couldn't tell me. They failed at giving me the right to face my accuser. If they would have told me right, then it was him. I would have told them right then what actually happened, because that is nuts. Though I stayed a true good neighbor and did not rat on him for what he actually did that day. And do you know what happened? He got way worse of a neighbor. Weird stuff, man. And the cops never believed me when I told them how it really is. He was a bit nutty, would blame me for all the dogs in the neighborhood is what it is. Even though mom were inside all the time after a while, I never tried to bother anyone, especially not him. I learned to live like a quiet ninja, man. He still was blaming me for the other dogs in the neighborhood, saying I need to cut out their voice boxes. I or my wife eventually spoke loudly in front of the police, though addressing the neighbor watching. If you would stop harassing us and giving me fines, I could afford to move. He chilled out for a bit, I moved, and what a relief. Though again, do you see the pattern of discrimination that followed? I was given a raw record, and it followed me terribly throughout life and prevented some real justice. People kept not believing me as an honest witness, on that I couldn't be trusted. And the cops choose to believe the liar and problem. That is a lot of discrimination and terrifying to consider, isn't it? The record doesn't show theft or wooden pallets, right? It just shows theft, controlled property. That sells so much worries, right? Do you know I've had more guns pointed at me than I can remember as I was going about my peaceful, simple life? Then reminded some people just will always think I am a criminal. I can still feel the fingers on the triggers pointed at me. I've never been able to enjoy cops and robbers with my kids, though I loved that game as a kid. I was left with a sort of unreasonable fear of others. I'm scared to make new friends or talk to people freely, though I used to greet everyone with a smile and such. I cried a lie and thriving over the years. I hide it from everyone. When someone repeatedly gets in trouble without doing anything wrong, that makes them afraid of something that sometimes isn't there, and sometimes it is there. And it's sort of always here for me, because it's not up to me if it's here. It's not just a record, it's an ID, though it's not mine. But I can't get away from it.